Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, this is session number 2 of the chapter linear equations in one variable, and in this session 2 we will be learning forming of an algebraic expression. And students, we have already seen in our previous session meaning of algebraic expressions, that is definition of it, as well as important notes related to algebraic expression. We know that variables can take different values, but they have no fixed value, but they are numbers. That is why in case of numbers, operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division can be done like similarly even on the variables. One more important point that regarding the expression containing variables is a number expression which can be immediately evaluated, but when it comes to the algebraic expression, that cannot be immediately evaluated. You know, both arithmetical expression and algebraic expression put together are called mathematical expressions. So, today's topic, that is forming of an algebraic expression, we will see after writing formally the definition of algebraic expression. Students, the definition of algebraic expression is, it is a combination of numbers and variables combined by means of arithmetical operations. Students, you can note down this definition by passing the screen. Now, we will get into writing expression such as y plus 5. These are all examples for the algebraic expressions I am giving, and I will explain you how they have been formed. You can note down these as examples: 1 y plus 5, 2 t minus 7, 3 or third 10a, fourth one x by 3 or x divided by 3, fifth one minus 5 times of q, sixth one 3x plus 2, and at last 2y minus 5. Students, here let us now learn how they are formed. Here, if you go for learning that how are they formed, very importantly, this y plus 5 can be said in usual language as 5 added to y. Since it is plus 5, we say 5 added to y. Similarly, this algebraic expression t minus 7 can be said in general language, usually 7 subtracted from t. Here t is a variable, 7 is a number, and both are combined or interrelated or linked with the arithmetical operation subtraction. That is how the definition I gave. They are combination of numbers, variables combined by means of arithmetical operations such as addition or subtraction. So in general language, this t minus 7 is said as 7 is subtracted from t. Students, here this third one, 10 times a, can be said as a multiplied by 10, or you can say 10 times of a. So either of that ways we can tell in general language. Coming to the fourth one, x by 3, we can say that x is divided by 3. Okay. So x is divided by 3 is an appropriate way of telling. This minus 5q can be said as q multiplied by minus 5 or minus 5 times of q. Next, this 3x plus 2 can be in general language, we say first x is multiplied by 3 and then 2 is added to that product. Okay. Or we can even say 2 more than the product of three and x, or 2 more than the 3 times of x. That way also we can say 2 more than the product of 3 and x is also we can say. Next, coming to the 2y minus 5 can be said as first y is multiplied by 2 and then 5 is subtracted from the product, or you can say that 5 less than the product of 2 and y. So that is also a better way of telling. Now students, let us get into forming of an algebraic expression when general statement is given. Give expressions for the following. First one is 12 subtracted from z. This is the statement given to us in general language. This mathematical statement can be expressed as in the form of algebraic expression 12 subtracted from z. So z minus 12. Next, 25 added to r. So we can write in algebraic expression as r plus 25. Then we have third p multiplied by 16, which can be said as 16p. Next, y divided by 8, it can be shown as y upon 8. Next one, m multiplied by minus 9 can be written as 9 times of m. Next, we can write y multiplied by 10 and then 7 added to the product. Y multiplied by 10 to that product 7 is added, can be written like this. And next, n multiplied by 2 and 1 is subtracted from the product. So, 2 into n minus 1. This way we can write it. Now, students, I am giving you further some more same practice. Here, I will give you situation where in ordinary language that is described. So, situation described in ordinary language. For that, we will decide what would be the variable and then we will write that statement in the form of algebraic expression. Now, first one, Sarita has 10 marbles more than Amina. So, Sarita has 10 more marbles than Amina. This statement says Sarita is depending on Amina, or I can say number of marbles with Sarita depends on the number of marbles with Amina. So, we need to assume the number of marbles with Amina as the variable. So, let Amina have x marbles becomes the variable. So, first in the statement we need to understand what depends on the other. Here's number of marbles with Sarita depends on the number of marbles with Amina. Therefore, I assumed as number of marbles with Amina as x. Then, how we will write the same thing as statement? Sarita has, here, Sarita has, therefore now, Sarita has x plus 10 marbles now, because Amina having x marbles makes Sarita to have 10 more than them, that is x plus 10 marbles. This is how the algebraic expressions are formed. Students, it is very important. Forming proper algebraic expression plays an important role in this chapter of linear equations. So, practice very thoroughly these exercises. Then, second one now, Balu is 3 years younger than Raju. Now, can you tell me whose age is depending on the whose age? Here Balu is 3 years younger than Raju's age. That means Balu's age is depending on Raju's age. Therefore, I will assume Raju's age in terms of the variable. So, that's the all logic is now. Let Raju's age be x years. After you assuming, then we will get Balu's age as younger, that means subtracted. Therefore, Balu's age is x minus 3 years. I hope you are all getting the method of forming an algebraic expression. So now third one, Bikash is twice as old as Raju. Here age of Bikash is depending on the age of Raju. So let us assume Raju's age as x years only. Therefore, Bikash age is twice. Students, here twice, nothing but 2 times. 2 times. So that means it is 2x. So this is a simple way of converting the given language into the mathematical expression or algebraic expression. Now fourth one, Raju's father's age is 2 years more than the 3 times the Raju's age. Students, we have already assumed as Raju's age x years. Therefore, Raju's father's age is 2 years more, that means plus 2 to be done, than 3 times the age of Raju. This becomes the age of fathers, isn't it? So with the assumption of let's Raju's age be x years, Raju's father's age be 3x plus 2 years. So this is how we need to do forming of an algebraic expression. Continuing further, I'll give some more situations which are described in ordinary language, and I expect you practicing these very thoroughly. Now variable for that and corresponding algebraic expression to that statements. Fifth one, how old will Susan be 5 years from now? Very important questions of this model. This model will be a very important one when it comes to the NTSC exams, which you will be writing after class 10th or while studying class 10th. Here Susan's age only we have to say from now means after 5 years. From now means after 5 years. That means now we will assume let the present age of Susan in years as y. So when I assume it as y, therefore from now, that means after 5 years, he will be y plus 5 years old. Similarly, how old same Susan 4 years before or ago? With the same assumption, 4 years ago, he would be of y minus 4 years old. Now, these age problems are very important. From now means after 5 years, ago means before. Then next important model of questions is price of wheat. So price of wheat per kg is 5 rupees less than the price of rice per kg. Now cost of wheat depends on the cost of rice. So therefore we have to assume the cost or price of rice per kg as rupees p. Therefore now price of wheat per kg becomes, because 5 rupees less, P minus 5 rupees. Then similarly, price of oil per liter is 5 times. There is a difference, 5 less, 5 more and 5 times. 5 less says subtraction operation, 5 more says addition operation, and 5 times says multiplication operation. So we have here price of oil with the assumption of price of rice per kg as rupees P, rupees 5 times of P or 5P. Then students, this is a very important work what we have learned. I am giving you 9th one, situation described in ordinary language, you deciding what is variable for it and deciding what is statement of the same in algebraic expressions. Now here the question is, the speed of a bus is 10 km per hour. Very slowly it is going. Maybe our school bus which takes normally small children. Isn't? Sorry, it is 10 kilometers per hour more than the speed of a truck going on the same road. Or we don't know what is the speed of the truck to say what is the speed of a bus. So what we have to do? We will decide that as a variable. Let the speed of truck be y kilometers per hour. Therefore, speed of the bus is y plus 10 kilometer per hour will be the answer. So now with these 9 examples, I gave you all the knowledge related to the forming of an algebraic expression. Students, now I am going to give you homework on this, which is very important work. So pause the screens which I am going to show you as a homework. This is homework. First question, answer the following. So you could see the question 1 containing sub-question A, take Sarita's present age to be y years and what will be her age 5 years from now, what was her age 3 years ago, all that you have to write. Then where to write this homework? Students, where to write is in your class work, in your class work notebook. So you need to know classwork notebook, in that only you have to write. So that means where you are noting down all the definitions and whatever I am teaching in this chapter linear equations in one variable, in the same continuation after the watching this, pause the screen, note down the question, write down the answers immediately. So this is the question number 1, continuation of it. Question number 1, B, C, D and E situations described in general language I have given. Again pause the screen, do the homework. Then third, question number 2 I have given you, pause the screen, and note down the question, do it again, and at last question number 3 with the sub questions A, B, C. Pass this screen and note down the question number 3 and do it. So I expect you doing this very carefully. Why? Because this practice will decide your complete basics for the chapter linear equations in one variable. Students, I started from the topics of class 6th for your benefit. So I don't want to see anybody underperforming in this chapter. At last me teaching even from the basics of class 6th. So I expect you all doing it compulsory on your own. So with this I will wind up the session to Jai Hind. Thank you.